1 point at the top of the Premier League table. Sunday's huge clash is live on Sky Sports from 4 p.m. with kickoff at 4:30 p.m. Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, Roy Keane and Micah Richards are in studio as part of Bumper lineup. Liverpool trail the Premier League champions by just a point with now only 8 fixtures left this season, starting with this weekend's potential title decider at the Etihad. However, the Reds travel to Eastlands with question marks hanging over Salah, who despite topping the Premier League scoring charts, having netted 20 times in 28 games so far this season, has nonetheless looked jaded and off-color in recent weeks. Salah has still to agree a new contract at Anfield, even though his current deal runs out in the summer of 2023, while he also recently suffered the double heartbreak of his country losing the final of the Africa Cup of Nations, AFCONs, on penalties to Senegal and then failing to qualify for this year's World Cup. All of which has led to much uncertainty of late regarding Salah's future on Merseyside and, combined with a relative loss of form in front of goal, means all eyes will be on the player on Super Sunday. When Salah waltzed through Chelsea's normally impregnable backline to score yet another goal of the season contender at Stamford Bridge at the turn of the year, there were few forwards in world football who could reasonably claim to be his equal. The 29-year-old had enjoyed a spectacular first half to the season, becoming the first Liverpool player to find the net 10 games in a row when scoring a hat-trick in his side's 5-0 romp at Manchester United in October. Salah also brought up his century of league goals for the Reds, doing so in fewer games, 151, than any other player at the club as he headed off to the AFCONs in early January in rude health. However, since returning from the tournament at the start of February, it has all seemed a bit of a struggle for Salah, who did score 5 goals in 10 games heading into March's international break, but 3 of those were penalties, while, incredibly, the normally razor-sharp frontman has not found the back of the net in open play since Liverpool beat Norwich on February 19th. Not only that, but Klopp has also hooked his star man after 69 and 61 minutes in each of Liverpool's last 2 matches against Watford and Benfica respectively, when his usually immaculate first touch was anything but. Klopp, though, is adamant there is nothing to worry about with Salah, who is just going through a blip after an arduous recent workload for both club and country. He might not have scored from open play or whatever, maybe a penalty here or there, that's not too important, Klopp said recently when quizzed about Salah's form. The performance level is important for me, the threat he is for other teams. How he brings players together in moments when he gets the ball, maybe 2 or 3 players are going for him in these moments. Sometimes he could decide in a better way, no doubt about that, pass the ball quicker and all these things. But it's a tough period for Sadio, Mane, and Imo, with the Africa Cup and coming back being immediately available for us again with all the games. One thing that cannot be denied, though, is Salah does have a lot of miles in his legs at this stage of the season. The forward, who is rarely injured, has played in 28 of Liverpool's 30 Premier League games so far this season, while he has also featured in all 9 of their Champions League ties, as well as their League Cup final win over Chelsea, totaling 3,156 minutes. However, that does not take into account his appearances for Egypt, who he has represented in both AFCON games and World Cup qualifiers this year.